Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Season of Arrivals. Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Season of Arrivals, Festival of the Lost, and very, very soon to be Beyond Light Intel. And in this video, of course, it is Friday once again, comes and goes like the wind. And as always, we have our Friday update. XUR has returned, Trials of Osiris has returned. So we'll be covering all information related to those two topics, as well as any other things that you might want to take advantage of as far as farms, glitches, and or other. Still running or currently functional in the Destiny 2 community at present. Gonna get to all the information regarding everything we just mentioned in 1 second, but first I just want to remind everybody, still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content, why not go back, check out another video, and of course do it again. And I also encourage everybody to go ahead and join the Discord channel, which is also linked in the description box if you're looking for help with anything else that we mentioned other than XUR in this video. Great community of people helping each other out over there. Alright, XUR, Mr. Spaghetti Face, as I like to call him. You have quite the haul for us. 2 weeks in a row, he's actually brought stuff that's fairly relevant. We have the Queensbreaker, which is a linear fusion rifle, if you don't know about it, and it is pretty boss, especially for Gambit. This was like one of the wreckers in Gambit at the onset of Gambit, so it's been a little while, but it's still fairly meta. It's an awesome weapon. I love this type of weapon. Fire a long-range precision arc bolt that blinds enemies on hit. It has incredible auto-aim on this. If you're using a controller, this is going to be like the weapon you're going to want to use in Gambit, especially if you're using a controller and you're playing on PC. It's a great equalizer here. So definitely check this weapon out. Love it. Nextly, we have Lucky Raspberry. I know like some people like to say Lucky Raspberry, but it's Raspberry, I believe. I think that's the correct pronunciation. It's a 62 roll. We got 13 resilience, 10 recovery, 12 discipline, and 10 intellect, 9 mobility, and 8 strength. That's pretty even right across the board. So 62 total roll, as I said. Improve arc bolt grenade chains. So increase the chaining capabilities of arc bolt grenade, and has an increased chance to recharge it each time it deals damage. A full chain always recharges. These have been around since D1. I actually think these might have been the first exotic armor piece that I ever got in my entire history of Destiny. So, fairly good. Pick them up. Not a terrific roll, nothing too high to build off of, but, you know, even across the board, can't go wrong. We have the Dune Marchers, which, whew, these are great. Especially if you're a PvP player, this is like the thing for Titans. I don't think there's really anything that compares, maybe a couple other things, but this is like the go-to for me as far as exotics go if I'm playing PvP on a Titan, which I never am, but when I do, this is definitely the go-to. Faster sprinting and chain melee damage, increases sprint speed. Sprinting builds up a static charge after a melee attack, and after melee attacking an enemy, that charge will chain damage to nearby enemies. There's also a really great build that you can put together with the, I think it's Middle Tree Void build on a Titan, which essentially gives you it's Top Tree Void build on the Titan. That's the one that has the combination of bubble as well as shield strike. But basically, because you get sort of an overshield from sprinting, I believe, with that build, you can use that. This actually will chain a static charge regardless of whatever subclass you're using. So really great exotic. We have 61 total roll on it, 16 mobility, 3 resilience, 13 recovery, 14 discipline, 12 intellect, and 2 strength. So I don't know if this is a really great build for what you're looking for on a Titan, but certainly a great exotic, so worth looking at. And then we have the Getaway Artist's Gauntlets for the Warlock. Convert your arc grenade into a supercharged arc soul. This has a really great build on it, even though it's only 60. Recovery and discipline, kind of what you look for on a Warlock. Press B, convert your arc grenade into a supercharged arc soul. The arc soul functions as an autonomous turret. Kind of interesting, we're getting something like this in Beyond Light. There's some weapon that creates a turret that essentially shoots or does damage for you, even if you're not. So kind of similar. I always thought this was a very interesting perk, a very creative one as far as Destiny or Bungie go. Not something you see too often, so I'm glad they're using that more going into Beyond Light. Interesting one, nonetheless, to definitely check out. And that's going to be it for all the information regarding XUR today. In other news, of course, Trials of Osiris is back. And this week's Trials map is Javelin 4, very long range sniper heavy map, lots of sniping lanes. So be on the lookout for the snipers, even though I think most people are always sniping, it seems like. And for the rewards for this week, I don't have 5 and 7 wins, but for the 3 wins, you get the arms, and for, the flawless, you will get the helmet. At the time of posting this video, the 5 wins and 7 wins were not yet known. I don't know how they found out the flawless, but I will, of course, by the time I post this, I'm sure all these things will be known, so they will also be linked in the description box. So just check the description if you don't believe me. Couple other things that I do, of course, always want to go over. If you are trying to get the Xenophage, and I don't mention this enough, a video will follow. There is a video on my channel about this, but I will make another one. But if you want the Xenophage heavy machine gun, it is pretty clutch. It's one of those ones that you want. The Pit of Heresy, right here, Pit of Heresy dungeon, will be disappearing not forever, but for a short time when Beyond Light launches. I don't know how long that's going to be. I'm going to assume it's going to be at least until the next season. Not the next DLC, but the next season. So, or excuse me, the next, I don't know what they categorize as DLC or season, but you know how we get those big launches at the beginning of every year and then we get the subsequent smaller launches. I'm going to guess that this is not going to return until that next subsequent launch. So maybe 3 months from the launch of Beyond Light. You don't want to be without a Xenophage for 3 months. And maybe you're just putting it off, you see everybody else using it, and you just think, I'll get it eventually. Don't wait. Because like I said, you might have to wait a little extra, a bit of time, at least 3 months, possibly. However long it takes for them to update this dungeon, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's getting, not changed, but updated come Beyond Light. So like I said, there is a very easy way to get the Xenophage by yourself, solo. You don't need a group, which is the big advantage to this particular glitch. It's linked it's probably the very first video on my channel that you see when you go to it. Xenophage glitch, go check it out. Super easy to do solo. Anybody from the beginning to the end of that quest, you could probably get your Xenophage in an hour tops. Maximum, solo. That's it. Go check it out. One other thing that you might want to take advantage of now before it goes away is the getting your catalyst for the Telesto. I made a video about this earlier this week, but again, this is another thing that's disappearing So there is a very easy glitch for the Spire of Stars that will allow you to get one of the exotic chests that will drop the Telesto Catalyst. That's the last video, I think, on my channel. Go check that out, because that's going forever. And once it's gone, it ain't coming back. Nobody at Bungie, they've been trying to get rid of the Telesto ever since they put it into the game. So if you don't take full advantage of getting either the Telesto or the Catalyst, now it's gone. Done. Forever. Never coming back. It's not like getting like shelved and brought back later, the vaulted or whatever they're calling it. It's gone. Take full advantage of that. And then if you're still on the hunt for some ciphers, these guys, or do I still have any? Yes, I do. The Cipher Decoder to get your Ascendant Lens for the to be announced item that we with the reason of which is to be announced, excuse me. If you don't have it yet, the Ascendant Lens, and you're still on the hunt for some ciphers, well, there's a couple of ways to farm out ciphers, and one is actually best done on the weekends, and that is, in fact, Trials of Osiris, because you will get 2 ciphers at the completion of every Trials of Osiris match, and you can just jump off the ledge. So if you don't really care about actually competing in Trials, you can, of course, just jump off the ledge and get a couple of ciphers. You might also be able to do this with elimination. So these 2 things, great ways to farm out just some ciphers. You can also head over to the moon and up to Anchor of Light and do the Tulum Quest, which essentially just means you see Tulum, you talk to him, he goes somewhere else, you run over there, you talk to him again. Usually they're within eye shot of one another, but it's also, there's 3 other bounties that you can do, or 3 other patrols, excuse me, that you can do in Anchor of Light that are super quick, and those are RNG drops on every single one, so you might have a chance of getting a cipher doing it that way. Another good thing. And if you have all the ciphers, or at least 25, as many as you can carry, and you know that you need 45 to actually get your Ascendant Lens, and you're heading into the Haunted Forest, why not make the best of all those ciphers that you do have and double up on the chests looted? And you can do this essentially by running up to the first chest, holding whatever your loot button is, and then as quick as you can, moving, literally physically moving your character over to the chest adjacent to them while holding the loot button. It's not every time, but there is a chance that you can get a double chest loot drop for that. Now you might actually get the loot, but you'll get the chest opened, which is really what is required to get the Triumph, which is over here under Seasonal, Events, Festival of the Lost, Catches Galore. This is the Triumph that you're trying to get your Ascendant Lens. You have to open 45 chests in the Haunted Forest. So you might be able to double up on that chest and get a 2-for-1. So in that case, you could potentially get this whole thing done in 23 ciphers. 23 to 25. And I believe that's it. That's everything currently going on in the Destiny 2 community at present. As far as exploits, glitches, cheeses, farms, and loot. One other thing that I did want to take a look at, because it is, I believe, the Flashpoint this week. Yes, the Flashpoint this week is, in fact, Titan, and we do have the Bad Neighbors adventure available today. So take full advantage of this. 24 hours to farm this. This is probably the best exotic farm in the game at current. At least the easiest. For those of you who don't know, you just progress to the very end, to the boss fight. You kill the boss. You jump off the platform that you're on at the time before the timer runs out, and you can repeat that boss kill over and over again, and bosses have a chance of dropping Umbral Ingrams, Prime Ingrams, and you can then, if you head over to the tower and you've upgraded your Prismatic Recaster, I believe, you can actually turn in those Umbral Ingrams, those unfocused Umbral Ingrams, for exotics. So it's a great way to farm out your end of the year exotics if there's just anything you're looking for. So there will be some more videos to follow this weekend in depth about maybe a couple of the things that we talked about. Keep on the lookout for those. Thank you always for watching today. Hopefully I've helped you get some updates and your weekly information. For the secret hashtag, you can leave in the comments section today. Leave hashtag BeyondLight or hashtag XUR or hashtag SpaghettiFace or any of the other things that might be pertinent to this video today. Thank you all so much for watching as always. Once again, I am Wilhelm Scream, and of course, we will see you in the next video. Later!